Hey everyone, and welcome back to Color Me Conway. If you've been following this series, you know that today we are going to talk about episode 5 of season 2 of Severance. So let's get into it. Okay, so today I want to talk about my top thoughts and theories coming out of episode 5. First, the episode begins with the person that O&D talked to Irving about, who collects things and brings them to the exports hall. What I thought was interesting about this, why weren't we able to see their face? Is it someone that we've seen in the past? Is it someone that we might be exposed to in the future that they don't yet want us to know is connected to the exports hall? Why was he picking up what looked like dental equipment? If anyone has any thoughts on that portion of episode 5, very curious what you think. Please leave a comment below. Okay, next, let's talk about Mark. I feel like he was a jerk this entire episode. I don't know if that's because of his reintegration, but some things that stood out to me, firstly, was that he did not seem interested at all in honoring Irving's, Innie's time at Lumen. I also think he was so weird with Helly, and I get that Helena was posing as Helly, so there's probably like a lot of self-consciousness and distrust there, but I think it was pretty unfair of him to seemingly blame Helly for that. And I also thought it was super, super weird, and this will come back to bite him, but I thought it was very weird he didn't tell Helly that he hooked up with Helena. I don't know why he kept this information to himself. I think it would have been totally appropriate for him to share that with her, but it's clear that it will come up again in the scene between him and Milchek in the elevator. He finds out that Milchek knows that happened, so it's only a matter of time before Helly finds out as well. If anyone has thoughts as to why Mark didn't share that information, let me know in the comments below. But also, just on his general demeanor this episode, he seemed unlike any other version of Mark we'd seen in the season this far. So just curious why people think that is happening. Okay, another big portion of episode 5 was Irving's funeral that they held. Which shout out to Dylan for making that happen. It's like the first thing Dylan's done all season that I've liked. But so they hold the funeral. Not only can we not talk about the funeral without acknowledging the horrifying watermelon face, but the biggest takeaway for me from the funeral, outside of Mark's super weird attitude, was the fact that Dylan found Irving's drawing of the exports hall. So really interested to find out what Dylan will do with that information now that he's found the drawing and obviously the directions on the back, especially given that Mark has been acting really weird. So I'm not sure that we can anticipate he'll just share it with the group soon, at least. So curious what you all are thinking there. Let me know in the comments below. And lastly, in episode 5, we got to see a super weird employee review of Milchek. And I think there were a couple things that stood out to me. First being, before the review, Milchek tries to have this moment with Natalie about the paintings that he received, and I thought it was super interesting to see Natalie's lack of response to that. I don't know that I was expecting her to say anything. Honestly, Natalie seems so weird to me at this point, but I did think it was very interesting that Milchek tried to have a conversation about it, because I think largely, that would be seen as inappropriate to come across as ungrateful for the gift that he received. So I thought it was interesting that he even attempted to have that moment with Natalie. And then the performance review, I mean, obviously was a huge highlight to Milczek's failures thus far. But I'm interested to see how that will end up translating in future episodes. It'll also be interesting to see, what he does in general. I could imagine him being extremely dissatisfied with that review. Could open up the door to a number of things happening in Milczek's storyline, whether that be him actually tightening the belt or maybe him being upset with Lumen that he's, gotten such a poor performance review. And he also already feels weird about the painting, so maybe that will manifest into, something unexpected with Milczek. So I'm super excited to see what's about to happen next. I don't know that episode 5 was my favorite of the episodes so far, but a lot of interesting things happened. Would love to know your thoughts. And if you've made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate the support. Please smash the like button, consider subscribing, and I'll catch you in the next one.